Daisy. I'm gonna propose to Vanessa.
That is the one.
You heard the boss.
I'm looking to get a present for my girlfriend. I was hoping that one of those blue boxes would do the trick.
Let me show you what we have. You're not gonna open the box?
No, I can't. What if it is what we think it is? I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Merry Christmas.
I don't know what to say.
Me neither.
You're beautiful.
He got my ring, I got his present.
You gotta go get the ring back.
Well, in the film, Rachel and Ethan, you can tell they're not like 100% with the people that they're with currently.
Huh.
And I was wondering, how do you think you know if you're with the person you're supposed to be with?
I think you never know.
No?
No, I don't think so. I think that you, I don't know. I really don't know what I believe about this. Like, but I think once again, like there's a lot of times where my ideas of who I should be with is completely wrong, you know? And I think the best advice that I've ever gotten was from a friend of mine that got married recently.
Oh.
He was like, you know, there's always the idea that there's this rom-com awaiting to happen, you know, but ultimately like love is so simple. I choose to love this person on a day-to-day basis and they make me happy. You know, like it's not this perfect thing. It's not, you know, and I think that ultimately to me, what this movie is about is timing. You know, I think that timing is everything in a relationship. I think you could be with the right person at the wrong time. And I think that our lovers are our best teachers. And I think that, you know, unfortunately, heartbreak is a lot of pain, but that's how we learn. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think that it's all about timing.
Life throws some things at you.
It's so funny because all the people that I know whose relationships I really admire in terms of like long lasting, you know, partnership, none of them have told me like the classic, when you know, like none of them have, even though I in passing will use that term and I have today in interviews, like none of them have been like, oh, well, when we met, it was perfect from the beginning. You know, like my parents have been together for since the dinosaurs roamed the earth, are so cute, so in love with each other. My mom was engaged when she met my dad. Like that's not a romantic way to first meet. You know, they broke up, like they didn't have like this crazy fantastical love story where they both knew and it was perfect from the beginning. But now like they have stood the test of time and love each other so deeply. So I don't know, I couldn't speak on behalf of like of how you know somebody is right. I just know it doesn't maybe look the way that, and that's what I love about this movie. It doesn't always look the way that we think it should, and we put a lot of pressure on ourselves for it to look like that, I think. And for them, you know, like they're both in other relationships. Like on paper, that doesn't look great, but life is messy, love is messy. You can't control what the universe has in store for you and what your story is, you know?
Hi.
Hi.
Fine as hell too. What are those, Hazel?
Oh my God, Terry.
I know something when I see something, and that wasn't nothing.
I'm never gonna see him again, so whatever.
There's a great quote in the film that says, "Don't think so much about the mess, think about the outcome." What's something that you've come across to in your life that you knew was going to be messy, but you went through with it and the outcome was beautiful?
My entire life. Yeah. I came out and the doctor was like, "Oh, buddy, here we go." No. Yeah. I mean, everything. Like everything in hindsight that really hurt is always the best things. You know, I think that like comfort and the things that are easy can be really misleading. You know, I think ultimately what is messy and what hurts is what makes you grow, you know? So that's kind of that's my mentality, you know? And I'm really grateful that I've grown a lot in life, so.
Yeah.
Owning my, I have a white pit bull who sheds hair everywhere. It's literally messy, and I like my things neat and clean, and absolutely nothing is neat and clean. I'm covered in dog hair, and my bed is disgusting 24/7 because she's gross, but she's perfect. So that's messy.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Hey, that's true.
But she's the
I'm
best
a
thing that
neat
ever
freak, so I
happened to
get
me in my
that.
whole life. What'd you say?
I'm a neat freak, so I get that. But I mean, I would.
I'm covered
for
in
a
hair.
pet.
Always. It's horrible, but I love her. Wouldn't trade
Yeah.
her.
I'm like, oh man, my mom had us reading like 7 Habits of Highly Effective People in like 3rd grade. So like I've always thought begin with the end in mind, begin with the end in mind, begin with the end in mind. So I'm always like, when we get there, I need to plan. I need to know everybody's on the same page. Like it doesn't matter if we're going to the club. Are we going to the club? Which club are we going to? What are we gonna do when we get there? If y'all aren't trying to dance, I'm not trying to go with you. So I think of that. I use that philosophy. I'm glad you brought that one up, because that's constantly playing in my head. It's like, what don't think about. I mean, part of it though is like, it's about the journey and not the destination. I go back and forth with it, because I want to know the outcome. Want to know the desired outcome, right? But not try to force it, because at the end of the day, that messy part is the journey, and it is fun. Sometimes it's stressful, but but it is
There are no shortcuts in life. If you try to, not that I know anything about life, but I do feel like that's true, and it has been true for me. Every time I try to skip something, if I try to skip the messy part, it comes back to haunt me. And I'm not talking about my dog. I'm talking about, like every time I think, oh, I'll be able to like sneak away and not have to deal with that, it just comes back. So you might as well just deal with it. Deal with the mess. Embrace the mess.
Hello again.
Together